Have you ever wondered, is being gay something people choose or something they are born with? Because this question has been debated for decades, in families, in science, and in society. And here is the truth most people never hear clearly. Sexual orientation is not just one thing. It is a complex mix of biology, brain development, and environment. Today, we are going to break it down calmly, scientifically, and without judgment. By the end of this video, you will understand what modern science actually says. Not opinions, not assumptions, but evidence. If you enjoy calm, science-based conversations like this, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this with someone you care about, because the right information can change someone's life. This channel is about understanding the human body and mind, not judging it. Let us start simple. Sexual orientation refers to who you are emotionally, romantically, and physically attracted to. This includes heterosexual, homosexual, bisexual, and other variations. But here's where it gets interesting. Scientists do not see orientation as a switch. They see it more like a spectrum. Human attraction exists on a range, not in strict boxes. Now, one of the most common questions, is there a single gene that determines if someone is gay? The answer is no, but it is more complex than that. Large genetic studies suggest there is no single gene responsible. However, there are multiple genetic factors that can influence orientation. Think of it like height. There is no single tall gene, but many genes working together to shape the outcome. So genetics can play a role, but they do not act alone. Now let us go deeper into biology. Some studies have found subtle differences in brain structure between heterosexual and homosexual individuals. Certain regions related to attraction and emotion may function differently. Patterns of brain activity can vary when people respond to faces they find attractive. But here's the key point. These differences are not defects. They are natural variations in human biology. Just like people have different personalities, preferences, and behaviors. Now this part is fascinating. Some scientists believe that sexual orientation may begin before birth. During pregnancy, hormones like testosterone influence how the brain develops. Small differences in hormone exposure may shape future attraction patterns. This is known as prenatal hormone influence. It suggests that orientation may be partly wired during early brain development, not something consciously chosen later in life. Twin studies give us another important clue. When identical twins are studied, if one twin is gay, the other is more likely to be gay compared to non-identical twins. But here's the important detail. It is not 100%. This tells us that genetics influence orientation, but they do not fully determine it. Again, we see a combination of biology, development, and other factors. Now let us talk about environment. This part is often misunderstood. Environment does not mean parenting style, being influenced by friends, or something someone is taught. There is no scientific evidence that people are made gay by media or upbringing. However, environment can influence how people understand themselves when they express their identity and how comfortable they feel being open. So environment shapes expression, not the core orientation itself. Many people report that they notice their attraction patterns early in life, often before adulthood, and without consciously choosing it. This is important. People do not sit down and decide who they are attracted to. Attraction tends to emerge naturally over time, just like you do not choose what makes you laugh or what kind of people you feel drawn to. Now, an important question. Can sexual orientation be changed? This has been heavily studied, and the scientific consensus is clear. Attempts to change sexual orientation are ineffective and can be harmful. Major medical and psychological organizations agree on this. Because orientation is not a habit, it is a deeply rooted part of a person's identity. When you step back and look at all the research together, a clear picture begins to form. Sexual orientation is influenced by genetics, brain development, hormones before birth, and natural human variation. Not a single cause, but a combination of factors. And most importantly, it is not a disorder. It is not a mistake. It is part of natural human diversity. Understanding this matters. Because misunderstanding leads to judgment, confusion, and unnecessary conflict. But understanding leads to clarity, empathy, and better conversations. And that is the goal here. Not to tell people what to think, but to help them understand what science actually says. So the next time you hear someone ask, is being gay a choice? You will know the honest answer. Science shows it is far more complex than choice and deeply rooted in human biology and development. If this video gave you clarity, tap like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need a clearer understanding. And tell me in the comments, what part of this surprised you the most? This channel is about understanding the body and mind, so we can move from confusion to clarity. I will see you in the next video.